If marketing feels harder now than it did earlier in your business, you're not imagining it. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. In fact, for established service businesses, marketing often gets harder after you've already proven yourself. If you're doing solid revenue, delivering great results, and you're respected in your space, but lead generation feels inconsistent and expensive or more fragile than it should, then this video is for you. Here's the part most marketing advice ignores. When you were starting out, marketing felt more straightforward. You tried things, and some of them worked, and some of them didn't, but there was momentum. Now, you've got a track record, and you've got clients and case studies and experience, and yet every new lead seems harder to earn. Paid ads cost more, referrals aren't as reliable, and marketing feels like something you constantly have to restart. That disconnect is frustrating, especially when you know your business is solid. This isn't a tactics problem. Most people assume this is a tactics issue. They think we need better ads, or we need to post more, or we need to try the newest platform, or we need a new funnel. But none of that is the real problem. The real issue is where your credibility lives. Early in your business, people took a chance on you, but now people want proof before they even reach out. And that shift changes everything. Here's what happens quietly over time. Your reputation spreads, but it spreads offline, and your expertise grows, but it lives inside conversations, sales calls, and client relationships. So every time you need new leads, you have to re-explain who you are again and again and again. And that's exhausting. And it's why marketing starts to feel heavy instead of supportive. Marketing feels harder because your business has outgrown attention-based strategies, quick wins, one-off campaigns, short-term visibility. Those things still work, but only temporarily. For established service businesses, the real problem isn't getting seen, it's getting understood before a sales conversation ever happens. This is the trust gap. Most businesses at your stage are stuck with a trust gap. You know your value, your clients know your value, but prospects don't yet. And modern buyers don't want to be convinced. They want to self-educate. They want to observe. They want to form an opinion before they ever talk to anyone. If your marketing doesn't support that process, everything feels harder than it needs to be. Here's where a lot of smart businesses make it even worse. They respond by doing more. More posts, more ads, more platforms, but more activity without deeper context just increases noise. It doesn't build trust, and it doesn't reduce sales friction. The real shift that needs to happen at this stage of your business is marketing has to shift roles. It's no longer about generating attention. It's about pre-building trust at scale. And that means your marketing should answer questions like, what does this company actually believe? Or how do they think about a problem like mine? Or do they sound like someone I'd want to work with? All of those things. If your marketing doesn't answer those kinds of questions, then sales has to do all the heavy lifting, all the work. This is why YouTube becomes interesting for established service businesses, even ones that never thought it was for them. Not as a content channel, but as a trust infrastructure. Long-form video allows your prospects to hear how you think and to understand your perspective, build familiarity before they ever reach out. And that's a completely different job than traditional social posts or ads. Now, from a financial perspective, why does this matter? Well, when trust is built before the sales call, sales conversations are shorter and price resistance drops. Lead quality improves and marketing stops feeling like a constant scramble. That's not hype, that's leverage. Now, an important clarification. This is not about becoming a YouTuber. It's not about virality. It's not about posting every day. It's not about chasing algorithms. For service businesses, YouTube works best when it's treated like a searchable library of your thinking and your experience and your answers to the questions that serious buyers already have. Here's why marketing starts to feel easier again once this shift is made. Every good video reduces future explanation, and it improves future lead quality. It also supports future sales conversations, and instead of expiring, it compounds. That is the opposite of most marketing. If this feels familiar, if you're listening to this and thinking, yes, this is exactly what has been bothering me, well, then you're not behind, you're not bad at marketing, you're just at the stage where tactics stop working and assets start to matter. If you're curious whether YouTube could play that role for your specific business, there's a link in the description box where you can book a short call with me. No pressure, no prep required. It's just a simple conversation to look at your business and your market and whether a YouTube lead engine would actually make sense for you. And if it doesn't, I'll tell you that too. Marketing isn't supposed to feel harder as your business matures. It feels harder when it hasn't evolved to match your level of experience. And once it does, well, everything changes. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out one of these helpful videos next, and I'll see you there.